Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Will Andy Ruiz Jr. and Deontay Wilder have an All American showdown? Well, it's possible, especially when the Saudis are looking for big names to be in big fights. And let's face it, the two biggest names in American heavyweight boxing, although potentially past their prime, especially Wilder, still it's an intriguing fight. And hey, if this was 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I think we'd be even more hyped. We'll come to Wilder and Ruiz in their form of late, but still, especially with the Saudis splashing the cash with their Riyadh season shows, you know, having these two guys have a face-off at the Crawford-Canelo fight, you know, it certainly has built a bit of interest, and it could happen. And both these guys will be looking for big paydays. Looks like Ruiz sucking in his gut here. And Wilder might be looking for one last cash out. He still thinks he's got something left, and maybe it's just the name value at this point. But also, I guess Andy Ruiz Jr. has not lived the life, didn't look great against Jarrell Miller. So where is he really at? And he's, 35, 36 years old at this point. You do have a situation, guys that don't live the life do tend to sort of go off the boil sooner rather than later. So it is a fight that I like. Both these guys posted it to their social media. You had Andy Ruiz Jr. Just a couple of weeks ago with DAZN sort of on his page, putting Andy Ruiz Jr. back soon, and he has been in the gym training. Couple of different clips of him floating around, so he's looking like he's building up to something. And the fact that they've had these two fighters go head to head, or face to face I should say, at a big event, generating some noise, it would indicate that this fight could happen. And right now, especially Deontay Wilder, after coming off not a great time of it in recent years, he did have that warm-up fight against Terrell Herndon, didn't look good. That was in June. But prior to that, absolutely ironed out by Zhang Jilei. Joseph Parker comfortably beat him at the end of 2023. That's almost 2 years ago at this point. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago. As we know, the losses to Tyson Fury. So a record of 44-4, 39 years old, but certainly he is looking like he is well past his prime at this point. The fact that the fight with Herndon went any real rounds, also a little bit of concern because he didn't look sharp. Also, 6'6" here. I thought for years it said 6'7". Maybe he was remeasured at some point, but that's by the by. You've got Andy Ruiz Jr., a record of 35-2-1. As we know, he was the unified heavyweight champion in 2019, and Deontay Wilder, obviously a long-time champion, 10 or 12 defenses of that WBC title, and he was the champion for about 5 years or so. Ruiz Jr. famously beat Anthony Joshua, but of late really hasn't been up to too much. The draw against Jarrell Miller, that was in 2024, so a year ago at this point, so he is currently on BoxRec listed as inactive. And then you have to go back a couple of years to that fight against Luis Ortiz. Ortiz there was just looking washed. So Ruiz Jr., he'll be looking to make some noise, get back in this Riyadh season scene, as to Deontay Wilder, making his way back from those losses, wants to prove something. Now rated number 36 in the world, according to BoxRec. Ruiz not even rated due to the inactivity. So, I mean, I like the fight for a number of reasons, because both these guys, I mean, I don't really know what's left. And I think anyone apart from Wilder, not much is obviously the answer, but Ruiz more of a bit of a wild card, because he looked terrible against Jarrell Miller. Had a few rounds in him, and some people will say, oh well, preparation, that sort of stuff, but this is Ruiz all over. You know, consistently inconsistent with the training. Sometimes he'll turn up and be motivated, be in halfway decent shape, other times not so much. Obviously in that fight against Miller did hurt his hand, so some people have, I've seen, been using that as an excuse, but it is one of these situations, not living the life. for too much in his career, it will catch up with him. Is it now? I mean, I think actually, based on what we've seen of both of late, which is obviously not a lot, fighting once a year mostly, if that, probably I'd favour Ruiz just because Wilder has looked so washed recently. But it's still an interesting fight. Like I say, Wilder has got name recognition. Obviously, Ruiz as well. Both these guys were champions. Ruiz, a unified champion. Wilder, the WBC champion. So you have some threads here. Two of the biggest names in American heavyweight boxing over the past decade. You know, Wilder's been a big name for a long time. Ruiz really burst into the fray. I mean, obviously he was known, but really with his title shot where he lost to Joseph Parker, that was his first big break, and then he obviously became a huge name when he unexpectedly, against the odds, stopped Anthony Joshua in 2019 on, what was it, a month or 6 weeks notice? Yeah, so I like this fight, but more so from the perspective, I don't know how much they've both got left. There's kind of the intrigue of, it's the washed facing the wash potentially. But Ruiz, he could potentially still have something left, but it's hard to say. But because of the height and reach disparity, I mean, if Deontay Wilder can use his jab, which obviously traditionally he has not opted to do that. I mean, I remember that fight against Berman Stavern when he won the title. He was on the jab. But then he fell in love with his power, believed he only needed 1 or 2 seconds. But with the injuries and Father Time also, which is undefeated, Wilder has looked absolutely dreadful in recent fights. There are still some deluded souls who think that Wilder is going to come back and do something special in the heavyweight division. I don't see it. I see whatever happens next with Deontay Wilder being more a cash out rather than looking to cash in and try to move this to something bigger, because I think he is going to get beaten against anyone with a pulse. So for Ruiz has still got something left, he would win in my view. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter. Boxing_squared. I'm out.